All right, guys, we're here with another round of the best of branded content. We're doing the lightning rounds brought to you by our sponsor, Social News Desk. Thank you all for joining us today. Today we have two very special guest stars. We have Peter Lamb from Lamb Consulting, and we have Martin Alfaro from Aldea. So we're going to talk a little bit about branded content in Philadelphia. I'm actually going to let Peter and Martin say hello. Hello, guys. How are you?
Julia, good afternoon. Good to talk to you. Good to see you. Martin, how are you?
Good, Julia. Peter, thank you for having me.
Well, we are glad you're here. And Peter, you're going to jump in and start asking some questions about Martin, because you've been working very closely with Aldea on a branded content initiatives for the Philadelphia area. So I'll let you just jump right in there.
Thank you. Martin, I think, the first question to be asked that the group would like to hear would be, given everything else that you could have been investing your time in during COVID, why did you and Aldea decide to invest your time and your energy into branded content? What was the motivation behind branded content, or the fascination with branded content?
Yeah, I think the fascination is that we almost forgot that we're a news organization. And so when, we started discussing this idea of branded content, we said, we are journalists, so how can we use that to our advantage, especially in a time where, the marketing and advertisement budgets are shrinking. We figured, it's a good time to talk to our clients, to our corporate partners, and show them that we can go beyond, a display ad or doing advertisement on the web. We can develop a story, and we can help them connect with their audiences. And this is what we do. This is what we have done for 25 years. So now let's use it to our advantage and help these clients tell the story of what they're trying to accomplish.
Sure. When you talk about Open in Philly, which Julia will show in a second, where was the upside? Was the upside, was the motivation revenue? Was it increase your audience? What was the thought process behind an event like Open in Philly?
We came up with Open in Philly in a time where, corporations were searching for answers. And we thought, how can we benefit, of course, financially, in a time where, like I said, we're working with very limited budgets, but also how can we help the small businesses that are struggling in our area with this whole COVID situation. And so we came up with this initiative that, we were able to use all of the elements that make up Aldea, advertisement, digital, and our print edition, and communicate messages to our audience, where we could develop a listing of restaurants and small businesses that were open during this whole crisis. And the idea was to create kind of like an intro, kind of covering everything that's happening at the moment, and then following it through as we look to the future, moving from our current situation to the future of the city. So that's how we came up with this plan.
Now, if my memory serves me correctly, you and Julia are both going to laugh at me. Didn't we say there was 74,000 hospitality workers in Philadelphia?
Yeah. So, there's a tremendous amount of people being affected by this. So yeah, 74,000 people rely just on small businesses in Philly.
How did you navigate internally? We always talk about church and state and bad. You mentioned earlier about the advertising folks and the editorial folks. How do we find a happy medium to get them to work together?
Well, I think that editorial was as worried as us in business in figuring out, how can we move forward during this whole situation. And, it's kind of like we can't function without editorial, and likewise. So, it's a little bit of a compromise. I can't do their job, and I think people can try to do ours, but it's a different mentality. And I think this is just a great combination of us coming together. And, journalists enjoy telling stories, and, we want to help our clients tell those stories. So, the best way that we can do this is by working together.
It's one of the bigger questions we always get asked on branded content is sponsorship. What was how did you and Hernan think through who to go after, who to identify, how to approach them, the whole monetization portion?
I think people were looking, our corporate partners were looking for solutions. And, we came up with this idea, we presented it to them, and it was just good timing. They needed an answer to how to approach the situation. And we figured, why don't we kind of use all of our tools, put them all together and offer them as a package deal instead of buying things individually. This way, it also helps the corporation look at different budgets. An editorial project like this doesn't necessarily have to come from the traditional marketing budget. It can come from PR. It can come from different like different pockets of the company. So.
I love that. It's always find a way to grab the different pockets of money. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Do you want to switch, Julia, quickly to the next one?
Absolutely.
So the 40 under 40 is a little bit different. Tell the group a little bit how you thought through that, what it is, and there are a lot of lessons to be learned here as well.
Yeah, so 40 under 40, we actually started this project at the end of last year, but we started to work on the logistics at earlier this year. And then COVID happened. This was supposed to be a live event. We had a presenting sponsor already booked. And, we were expecting a very high volume of attendees. But, because of COVID, we were able to, we had no option, and we had to continue forward with this great initiative, which what we're trying to accomplish here is to recognize the rich diversity in the workforce of Philadelphia. We're a city where it's about 70% diverse. So we wanted to reflect that workforce diversity with this event and recognize individuals who are, who are making a difference at the bottom lines of these corporations. And, we wanted to celebrate them, showcase them. And I think, it really, in this situation, I feel like the pandemic kind of helped us because it gave us more time to work on this and to create a more comprehensive campaign. We started in March marketing this event, and we're almost done. This event will take place on August 20th. And, we've been able to connect with so many people over social media. The event will be virtual now, and, I think our attendance will grow because more people are able to join this live event. So that's where we are at the moment.
So Martin, when you look at the two initiatives you talked about, 40 under 40 and open in Philly, any lessons you learned, advice you can give the group in terms of what to do, what not to do, pitfalls they should watch out for, anything that you and Edna learned that you can give advice on?
Yeah, I think there's no manual to kind of navigate this current situation. And I think the best thing we can do is kind of go for it. You kind of learn as you go, but you can't just sit there with your arms crossed. You have to think of something, use all the tools that you have, talk to different departments, get different insights. And, we're all learning. There's no right or wrong answer right now. And I think, the most important thing is to, as soon as you have an idea, just kind of go for it. Talk to other people. We're all kind of looking for answers everywhere. So I think, you just need determination, put a plan together, and then go for it.
And my last question, because we just talked about introduction with Julie, how has this changed your thought process going forward in terms, you have an event coming up tomorrow. How has it made you change your thinking in terms of 2020 and 2021?
Well, I think that we have learned so much through this pandemic, and it has really, forced us to think beyond what our comfort zones. And, I think there's a lot of great things coming out of this, even though, it's a sad situation. But, these are the things that we're learning right now, the products that we're developing. I don't think that we would have done that if we weren't in this situation. So I think the biggest thing that we've learned is, I think it's, think outside the box, reevaluate the products that you already have, and, put them together, figure out ways that you can present more resources to our clients and our audience.
Julia, he's all yours.
Fantastic advice. I am so happy to hear all the things that you've definitely learned and implemented, and absolutely agree with you that really, this is an interesting time. This is an interesting time to start building products. So we're so happy to hear about the incredible progress you guys are making and all the amazing products you guys are building and all the initiatives you started. So congratulations to the whole team at Aldea.
Thank you.